so I had a number of subjects to talk about. Um, I didn't record anything yesterday, so I guess moral from the yesterday is that I need to record in the car. It's like the easiest setting for me, and yeah, it kind of works okay. And yesterday I did realize I didn't record anything around 9 in the evening, and yeah, it's still just I didn't do it, even though I knew I didn't do it, and I thought, okay, I'll do it now, just like record 1 minute, it's nothing, right? But I didn't do it, so yeah, it's like I just have to press record at least once when I'm in the car. It's the easiest way for me to do it, so I will do it that way. Yeah, it's been really significant weekend for me, I guess. Nothing in theory happened that was super significant, like my partner visited me, and that's basically it, I guess. But it's like in my head a lot of things happened, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm dealing with death of a loved one, and it's really hard. I mean, my partner is very supportive, so this helps. I guess that last weekend was very good time in my life. First, like so good that I can say that's like okay, that's something changed. Maybe it's like new moment of my life or some breakthrough with this grieving and all this stuff. So yeah, that's that. It's like a lot of shit I have to do, and there's a lot of things I know I should change about myself, like this bad habits that I always mention and all this stuff. And I've been like just not doing it for a decade, I guess, and it really does give you like um, mental beating, to just not do what you think or like feel with all of your body is right. It's like yeah, but it's hard on you, but at the same time it doesn't make it easier for you to do this thing that you want to do and you need to do and all this stuff, like, so it's very frustrating situation, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying today not to smoke any nicotine, and yeah, it's like middle of May, and I decided again to quit smoking. Sometime in what was that? Well, with the start of this year, so it's over 5.5 months that I should have not been smoking already. But really, it's been like 2 weeks after the New Year's, and then maybe like 2 weeks more in total, and like a couple of just single days sprinkled around. So yeah, and for like last week I've been basically smoking daily for over a week. So that's back to square one, I guess. And it's much harder now than it was after New Year's. Like, there is some kind of, I get why people think this kind of New Year's thing is silly. I always thought that too. but it's like every little push is good if you want to do stuff, and if you have problem, of course. If you are a person that doesn't have a problem, then all this New Year's resolutions is just silly bullshit. But if you do struggle with doing these things that you want, then I think the New Year's, this is a pretty nice trick. Like, just try it for New Year's. But then the problem that people do is like they try it for New Year's, and then once they failed once, they just give up, and maybe they will start for New Year's, next New Year's. And this is, I think, silly. Like, try for New Year's, but then if you fail, don't just give up, but try again from like that point where you failed. So that's my idea anyway. So I'm not giving myself any excuses to give up on the goal. And yeah, so in order to stick to it, it's like no deadlines or anything. It's just like I want to change this behavior, and I will keep trying until it sticks. I guess that's the plan. Yeah. But it's like I really do want to smoke cigarette. It is super addictive shit. And I guess like if people don't know how addiction works, they can imagine that like it should be worse, because it's not like, I'm not really, if I don't do this, nothing horrible will happen to me. It's like, tune where you have to take spice or you die. It's not that. But really, like nicotine is one of the hardest drugs to drop. And I mean, for me, I can only compare it to weed or DXM. There's like only two other drugs than nicotine that I was using so often. Like, okay, maybe alcohol as well. Yeah, right. I mean, this is one of the big ones. So, but with alcohol, hangovers, like that is for me. I didn't need to have any, struggle with my willpower. Just the fact that you have hangovers and the high, the alcohol high, getting drunk is not really that fun. So that was simple for me. I mean, I never gave up on drinking completely, but it's also, I know I don't have a problem with drinking because, well, I have other substances, so I can compare it, and there's no problem. So anyway, comparing to weed and DXM, which I guess both are not really physically addictive, so it's not like a very good comparison, I guess. But yeah, compared to them, like the craving with nicotine is just immense. It's like fucking crazy. I mean, with weed, I have weed with me at home every day basically since I decided to stop smoking nicotine. But at the same time, it's like if I don't have nicotine, I'm okay not smoking at all. But also, like, this is very peculiar for me. If I have just tobacco, I don't typically smoke it either. Like, I actually do want to make a joint for it to really work on me. So yeah, I didn't smoke cigarettes at any point in my life, like as an habit. Like the one moment where I actually did smoke just tobacco for extended period of time, I guess. It was when I decided to quit smoking weed. That's when I did realize where is the issue. So yeah, now I mean with the XM, I'm like, I don't remember when the last time I used it. I mean, it's not like many years, but many months, and before that again many months, and before that again, and then I did have a couple of years break as well with it, because in my early 20s in my early 20s, I was actually, yeah, I was like abusing the XM. So that's, and then I got worried about that, and I just stopped the substance completely, because it wasn't that hard. I mean, I think I'm fine with it now. With weed, yeah, I realized because of nicotine, I guess. Like, it doesn't really elicit such, desire. You know, you can just sit there in a shelf, and I'll just leave it for later or whenever. I think today about smoking, or like vaporizing, save my lungs or whatever. But I kind of wanna do it to just like trick this nicotine craving, and I kind of know it will not work for this goal. So that was like this kind of funny experience for me, with weed. Because at first I just decided not to smoke anything in order to have like a break and make it stick. So this break, for 2 weeks, but then I bought weed, and I had already the vaporizer. I just didn't use it, and yeah, so this is something that helped me to realize I'm not so actually addicted to it, because even right now when I think about no, breaking my plan and going to shop to buy some nicotine, this is something that gets me moving. But if I think about just going home to smoke weed, it doesn't matter if I want to smoke it or vaporize it, it just doesn't bring